Hey guys, Ricky Atulu here, and instead of posting my 36.5 on YouTube that I ran in a race, I thought I'd be doing something different today and doing a bit of commentary over the lap to help some of you guys improve. The splits, I don't know, I don't think I have them here. No, I do not, because they were in the race splits, but they are found on the forums. And a bit of a disclaimer, you will be seeing some rather unrealistic methods of driving that you wouldn't be seeing in the actual skip barber, like throttle braking, using it in I think every braking that I do on this track, as well as some downshifting that should break the gearbox, especially in the corner before the corkscrew. So yeah, as for the setup, I'm using 124 kPa, that's second lowest for the people using PSI, and 5 SPO, 8 ARB, and 57 brake bias. So yeah, I'm be showing you both cockpit view and chase cam view, so you can see the line as well as what it looks like in the cockpit. I'm using a 50 field of view, for those of you wondering. Excuse me, a bit sick. Thanks, Army. But yeah, here we go. So coming into turn 1, the first thing I look at is the number 3 sign, and then the line right under it, right here. That's my braking point. So as you move in, go as to the edge of the track as possible. Maybe put your rear wheel a bit past the track, and there starts my braking. Sorry. As you can see, bit of throttle to keep the rear end stable. With 56 brake bias you don't need to do it very much, but if you run lower than that, 55 maybe, then you have to use a little bit more throttle. And with this new tire that came I think 2 seasons ago, you really have to try to drive the car really carefully and brake really early and coast into the corners, or trail brake into the corners. So yeah, it's a bit different, you don't slide as much as you used to do. So you brake, throttle, sorry, brake off right as you hit the first apex. Actually messed up the first corner a bit on this lap. As you can see, I'm not turning into the corner. I lose the rear a bit. Have to catch it. But yeah, you see, going on throttle a bit to help the car stabilize, and start going on the throttle before the second apex. Control the throttle and then go full throttle once you feel comfortable. The wheels one spin. Then track out to the edge of the track. This is what it looks like from the chase view. Brake at the line to create the brakes in the corner, let go in the first apex, roll on the gas smoothly right before the second apex, and then track out. So then, coming into the second corner, my brake marker is this little change in color in the curbing. I'll bring it a little closer so you can see better. See? It goes from dark to light. That's where I brake. I go all the way to the end of the curbing. So you see, here's the change in curbing, and I brake just before it. So you can see, all the way to the edge of the track. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, the first turner is taking end first, and then you safety check and ride on the exit. This turn, taken second. Small jab of the throttle, small hit on the brakes to get the car a bit sideways, but not with this build. You don't want to do it a lot. It's only just slightly sideways. Yeah, then spot the apex, hit the apex, and then go on the throttle as soon as you hit the apex and track out. That's what it looks in chase view. I'm gonna be showing the full lap in cockpit view at the end of the video, so don't worry. Use all of the track, hit the apex nicely, get on the throttle, and track out. Yep. So coming in turn 3, you don't need brakes at all in this turn. You just lift the throttle to get some front end grip, so that weight shifts to the front, so it turns in. But my lift off point, where I lift the throttle, is usually just before the blue in the curbing ends. So right here, and you have to be very synchronized with it. As soon as you lift, you turn the wheel like this. Yep. Then the car turns in nicely. Spot the apex and get on the throttle. As soon as you hit the apex, track out. So this is what it looks like. As so. And that corner is also taken in third. Then coming into this corner, one of the funnier corners in this track because of the called camber, but yeah, you can take it a lot faster than you think. God damn it. Yeah, so my braking point is this white line here. I brake, and this corner you can really take a lot faster than you think. So I brake really softly, shift into third, and coast into the corner. And you really have to go as fast as you want. You really have to hit the apex because it's a cambered corner. So to maximize all the grip you have in the corner, you have to really get as close to the sausage curb or whatever you call it, the red thing, as you can. So brake here. Get off the brakes very early. As soon as you turn in, you get off the brakes. Then you just basically a bit of throttle, but you're coasting, but your throttle keeping there so your rear doesn't step out. Yeah, then see, you go really close to the red to maximize the curbing. Here you start gaining grip because here's the camber really starts kicking in. So that's when you get on throttle. As soon as you hit as soon as you hit this part, you get on throttle. As so, and then track out all the way. Use all the curbing you can. This track is you can really gain a lot of time by just using all the curbing that's available to you, since it's wider than the track, the tarmac. So this is what it looks like in chase view. Brake at the white line, shift in third, just turn in, carry all the speed in, and get on the throttle, and then track out. Quite simple, really. But yeah, then coming up in the uphill, this is one of the most annoying corners in all of skip barber, or any of the combos with the skip that I've done. But yeah, this is the true meaning of slow in, fast out, because it's gonna be uphill after the corner. You really have to be early on the throttle, and here you're gonna see the abusement of the gearbox. I'm gonna shift into, basically do very little braking, shift into third, abuse the gearbox, and get on throttle way before the apex. Excuse me, my mumbling. But yeah, so my brake point is this 2 sign. As soon as it goes off screen, as so, I start braking. Very short braking, just tap the brakes, shift to third, and as soon as you shift to third, throw the car in. Because if you wait, you don't get the advantage of the gear shift to help you in turning. So I'm gonna show it in full speed so you actually get you actually get what I mean. Yeah. So brake at 2, shift. So you heard the shift sound, and as soon as I shift, I start turning in. You see my wheel is going to the left. Spot the apex. This one you really have to hit the apex because you can see how cambered the track is, and there it's got quite flat on the outside. So you really have to hit this so you can get on the throttle as early as I do, without going off track here. This is really, you have to just trust the car instead of, or sometimes you just have to hope for the best. Actually, if you hit the curbing, then you're really quite screwed. You have to get off the throttle really as soon as you think you might hit this, or if you go a bit wide, then it's just gonna understeer and plow out into the tire wall. Well, not actually in the barriers, but you know, wide. Spot the apex, and as soon as you're confident you're gonna hit without hitting the sausage curb, as soon as you're confident you're gonna hit this part with your left wheel, you floor it, because the camber is gonna keep you on track. And then shift to fourth quite early. So here's what it looks in chase view. Yep. So coming into the second funnest corner in the corner, I would second funnest corner in the track, I would say, the corkscrew. Keep it on the left, turn into the right-hander, and I brake just before the curbing. I don't look at this actually, even though this would be a nice brake marker, but I just turn in, and before the curbing starts, I start braking. And this is a funny corner. It's very easy to lock up your brakes, so you have to be careful on your initial brake because you're turning. But as soon as you get here, you can increase the brakes a bit. You see, I changed it a bit here. It increases the brakes. I increased my brake percentage a bit as soon as I straighten the car out. There. So I brake here. Downshift in the first, and then turn in. You really want to hit the apex here, and these it comes with experience, but you really have to know where the second apex is. You have to be confident you're gonna hit it just nicely, that your right wheels are gonna go on the sand, and your nose is just gonna hit the curbing. So this just comes with tons of laps and track knowledge and experience. So yeah, so hit the first apex and get on the throttle as soon as you hit it, and then downshift in the second. Upshift in the second as you hit over the crest, and then you just see, you have to know where the second apex is, because you're not gonna see it until now. By the time then you're full throttle, it's a bit too late then to make corrections if you think you're gonna screw up. And then in race, if you go wide, it's very likely slow down penalty, so you don't want that. So yeah, this comes with knowledge. Experience, knowing where the apex is. I mean, I've done probably probably already thousands of laps at Laguna. So yeah, start turning in. Turn to the right and use the advantage that the front tires are loading as you come down, so you can turn to the right. So this is what it looks like in full speed. You bring the speed into the corner, let off the throttle, brake quite early. As so. And here's the chase view. So. And now we come to the Rainey Curve, which some of the newer guys and maybe a bit of the slower guys, they might have some of the trouble here, but it's really, once you realize how you take the corner, it shouldn't be really too hard. I mean, there's no definite way to take the corner. I mean, even I just go with it, see how it goes. But the one thing is that you want to do is you do not want to brake. If you're like turning and braking, it's bad in the Skippy. You don't want to do that. So you're gonna spin, and then another tip is never let go, completely let off the throttle. If you go off the throttle, you're gonna spin. Or I think I do go for a split second just to help the car turn in. But you know, if you are not confident with that, then you shouldn't do it. But yeah, check out to the right, full throttle. Yeah, see, I never go actually fully off throttle. I keep a little bit to keep the rear stable, but I get off the gas to ease the car into turn in. Then I just, from here on, I just go with it. I mean, there's no definite way to how I do it. I just wing it every time. So when I feel confident that I can let go and hit the apex, I let go, and then I just play with the throttle to see how, when I see where the apex is and how it's gonna go. And as soon as I hit the apex, I get on throttle. And yeah, shift into fourth there. So it's not really actually that difficult of a corner, but I can see why people have trouble with it, especially if they start braking in it. Like that. Quite simple, really. Oh, I let go a bit there. I probably lost a bit of time, since I thought I was gonna run wide. Actually, I probably would have hit this part, which has a major some sort of, I don't know, bump or something that really wrecks your car if you hit it. So actually, that was quite a smart move on my part. And yeah, then coming into the second last corner, this is my favorite corner in the track. You'll see why. I can't actually remember how well I hit it in this track, in this lap, but I must have hit it quite well since it's a 0.5. But yeah, I look at 2 marker. Use all the track again. A little. You don't want to brake much in this corner, just enough to load the front tires, so you can turn in. But yeah, then load the front tires, turn in, and get on throttle at the apex. And it's really campered, so there's actually a lot of grip. You can go a lot faster than you think and track out all the way to the end. And you have to be careful when you hit this part. As you see, the track gets flat on the curbing, so it really easily spits you out into sand. But especially in the all the time world, this was a really fun corner. You went really sideways. And excuse that noise, that's TeamSpeak. Should have turned that off, but yeah, too late now. Yeah, but with all the skippies, it was really sideways. But yeah, full speed now. Brake at 2, little brake, bring the car in, and then full throttle at the apex. It's taken in 3rd gear. Yeah, use all the track. But you have to use the gear shifting to your advantage. As you listen a bit more carefully when I play the chase cam, you can hear when I shift and turn, you can see the rear stepping out a bit. That's what helps the car turn in. There. And then get on the throttle. As so. And now we come to the final corner. I look at the 2 marker. And yeah, brake at 2, shift into 1st, apex, and roll on the throttle. This one is another one of those rare corners where you don't just step on the throttle. Shift into 1st, carry the speed in the corner, go as close to the sausage curve as you can, and get on the throttle on the apex. You see, I don't get on full throttle as soon as I don't step on the throttle, because it will spin the rear tires on this corner. And then use all the track. Actually, I could have used a few more centimeters, I think. But you look at the middle of the car. That's where you get the 1x. So you can bring this part of the car actually all the way here. The 1x line is right here between the green and the curbing. Yeah, so here we go. And then you just upshift into the end of the lap. Not blimp. What am I doing? No. Chase. Yeah. So here you go. So yeah, use all the curbing you have available, and here it is. A 36.565. It's Sunday morning my time, so actually Sunday afternoon. But at the moment it's 3/10 faster than the 2nd fastest race lap time. So yeah, it's quite fast, and that brings me to the end of the lap. Now I will show you the full lap without any interrupting by me in cockpit view with a slightly higher FOV, so it looks more natural. And thanks for watching, guys. And if you have any suggestions as to if I should keep doing these and how I should improve them, then feel free to comment on the forums. I'm probably gonna post this here. I'm on the Laguna Seca topic. Why else would I do this video? What else do I have to say? Yeah, nothing else. I hope I helped you guys, and yeah, leave the suggestions at the forums. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.